For decades, when you thought of Nepal, you probably pictured the soaring Himalayas and the incredibly warm welcome of its people, right? Well, today, that vital hospitality industry is at a major crossroads. It's facing this new wave of disruption that's pitting age-old tradition against modern technology. So let's dive into the evolution, the challenges, and the really ambitious future of one of the world's most iconic destinations. And that brings us to the big question we're tackling today. When you're up against massive pressures, both from inside and out, how does an entire industry, the soul of a nation's tourism, completely reinvent itself for a new era? Okay, so our story kicks off right in the middle of a new battleground for hospitality. And at its heart, it's a fundamental fight for what's fair. So picture this. On one side, you've got your established, regulated hotels. They have to deal with strict standards, they're paying VAT, licensing fees, and they have to formally register every single guest. They're playing by the book. But on the other side, there's this booming shadow economy of unregistered rentals. These places often just pay a simple property tax and have basically zero formal oversight. It's a tale of two completely different models. And believe me, they are on a collision course. Prabin B. Pandey from the Hotel Association of Nepal, or HAN, really hits the nail on the head with this analogy. He says, just as driving a car requires a license, operating a hospitality business should demand regulatory approval. It's a simple, powerful call for a level playing field. It just makes sense, right? And the stakes here? They are incredibly high. The industry estimates that up to 30%, that's nearly a third of the entire hospitality market, could be siphoned off to this unregulated sector. Now, this isn't just about competition. We're talking about a huge loss in tax revenue that could be funding roads, schools, you name it. And it puts future investment in the country at serious risk. But the worries go way beyond just money. Industry leaders are concerned about the erosion of Atiti Devo Bhava, which is this beautiful Nepali philosophy that the guest is God. It's a cornerstone of the culture. And on top of that, you've got inconsistent service standards, way fewer jobs being created, and here's a big one. Without proper guest verification, there are some pretty significant security risks. So how did we even get here? Well, to really get what's happening now, we've got to look back at the past to see how this whole industry was forged in the Himalayas and built this incredible legacy of resilience. The journey really kicked off in 1951, when Nepal opened its doors to the world. Then, of course, the 1953 Everest summit put it on the map for good. By '66, they had their first five-star hotel. But as you can see, it has not been an easy climb. The industry has survived a decade-long insurgency and the absolutely devastating 2015 earthquake, and each time it's bounced back with unbelievable strength. And this, right here, is the foundation of it all. For more than 70 years, trekking and mountaineering have been the very backbone of Nepal's appeal, drawing adventurers from every corner of the planet to its majestic peaks. And that resilience we just talked about, it is on full display right now. So let's look at the industry's ambitious countermove, what's being called the 2025 Tourism Offensive. It's truly a story of a nation reawakening. The recovery is picking up some serious steam. In April of 2025 alone, Nepal welcomed over 116,000 international visitors. I mean, that's not just a comeback, that's a statement. So who's driving this big return? Well, if we look at the numbers, it's a strong showing from some of the key markets. India is leading the pack, followed by a solid number of visitors from the United States and a really welcome resurgence from China. So what's the game plan? Well, the core strategy is a whole series of coordinated and really localized Visit Year 2025 campaigns. And the goal here isn't just to bring tourists back to the same old places. It's to show off the incredible, and I mean incredible, diversity that Nepal has to offer. Take Gorkha, for instance. This campaign is inviting travelers to the very heartland where modern Nepal was born. It's about blending that deep history with just stunning views of Mount Manaslu. It's like experiencing the nation's origin story up close and personal. And then you have Bandipur, the queen of hills. Here, the whole focus is on cultural preservation. We're talking ancient temples, authentic homestays, and really immersive local experiences, all far away from the usual hustle and bustle. And just a stone's throw from Kathmandu, Nagarkot is throwing a year-long party. They've got themed events happening every single month, everything from kite flying contests to marathons. It's this massive collaboration designed to highlight nature, culture, and adventure. So the big question is, do these campaigns actually work? Oh yeah, the Let's Go to Pokhara initiative was a smash hit. It drove hotel occupancy to a mind-blowing 95% during the new year. That's not just a success, that's proof that this strategy is a winner. But look, recovery isn't the final destination. The real goal is to chart the path to the next summit, and that means looking beyond the beaten path to really define the future of tourism in Nepal. Vikram Singh from the Aloft Hotel really frames it well. He says the key is diversification. Moving beyond just trekking and heritage sites is what's going to reposition Nepal as a truly dynamic, globally competitive destination. So what's it going to take to reach that next summit? Well, the industry is pretty clear-eyed about the work ahead. It starts with the basics. Better infrastructure, from roads to airports, is absolutely non-negotiable. Then, you need enhanced safety standards, smarter marketing to attract tourists who spend a bit more, and a serious commitment to protecting the environment. Okay, and this is where it gets really exciting. Nepal is basically sitting on untapped gold mines. Just imagine it, culinary tours exploring the incredible Nuar and Thakali cuisines, ultra-luxury lodges for a whole new class of traveler, world-class wellness resorts, and even hubs for students in medical tourism. The potential is just massive. Which leaves us with one final crucial question. In this new era, can Nepal really strike that perfect balance between the disruptive forces of innovation and the deep-rooted traditions of hospitality that have defined it for generations? The answer to that question won't just shape its economy, it'll define the very soul of hospitality in the Himalayas.